Now, Beijing saying that the U.S. measures against China's investments are against World Trade Organization rules and that the country reserves the right to take countermeasures.
China has the confidence, capability and experience in defending the interest of the Chinese people and the core interest of the country. The U.S. is seeking to restrict China's trade and investment. By taking these measures, Washington has violated the basic principles and the spirit of the World Trade Organization. China will make careful evaluation of the measures taken by the United States and its impact and reserve the right to take corresponding measures.
China's Commerce Ministry has, however, said that the country is not willing to see an escalation of trade tensions and that the two countries have a huge potential for cooperation. The frictions that appear to be cooling down following signing U.S. talks earlier this month, but the Trump administration said this week that it still holds a threat of imposing tariffs on Chinese imports. Washington also says that it will press ahead with restrictions on investment by Chinese companies in the United States. Okay, from London now, let's bring in Marcus Papadopoulos, who is a publisher and editor with the Politics First. Okay, good to have you with us, sir. What do you think this is being directed at? I mean, there is a cooling down of tensions a while ago between China and U.S. after those talks, and now again we hear the U.S. talking about some other tariffs. China saying, I can take countermeasures. Still, we're for cooperation. Where is this leading to?
Well, it is certainly the case that there are fears of a full-blown trade war between China and America. And in such a scenario, there would be ramifications not just for the economies of China and America, but for the global economy too. But I doubt very much that there will be a trade war between Washington and Beijing. Why? Because the American and Chinese economies are interdependent, and that interdependence is robust. So, for example, China is America's main trading partner, and 3/4 of China's foreign exchange reserves are dollar-dominated assets. So you can see why it is simply not in the interests for America and China to become involved in a trade war with one another. And I should also point out that there are some people who believe that China will, at some point in the near future, begin to challenge American global hegemony, or will join forces with Russia to challenge American global hegemony. Well, that is a misconception. That is fanciful. If China was to start challenging American global dominance, as Russia is doing, that would simply be economic suicide by the Chinese government. It will not happen.
And Marcus, so who do you believe will suffer more at the end of the day? Who will be the main loser in this?
Should there be a trade war between Washington and Beijing, and as I said a few moments ago, I do not believe that will happen, but hypothetically speaking, it would be China. It's certainly the case that the American economy would suffer immensely, but the American economy is supreme, and the Chinese know that. And let's just take what happened in April last year and April this year when the Americans attacked Syria. The Chinese were, relatively speaking, quite silent on the matter. Why were they silent on the matter, or why were they relatively silent? Because they do not want to antagonize the Americans. If that relationship, if that economic bond between America and China was to be broken because the Chinese are antagonizing the Americans, then China would face the distinct prospect of becoming bankrupt.
All right, thank you for your insight and comments. That was Marcus Papadopoulos, publisher and editor with the Politics First, joining me from London.